Good day, Team Telco. I want us quickly in a moment to talk about the planning and scheduling tool in Odoo. We've covered this tool before when we've talked about field services and a little bit under projects and tasks, but let's just double click and ensure that there is some level of alignment in regards to how to use this tool effectively. All right, so the first thing that I want to show you being in a project that I've just created here for Meki Moyana. It's manhole maintenance. And I've assigned this task to Upwell. It's a subtask of another fiber fault that had been actioned. And then immediately here I come here and I'm saying for Upwell, I want him to do this task on Wednesday, the 18th, and between 8 a.m. So I set the time there, 8 a.m. and then and 10 p.m. on the same day. So remember now what we're trying to do is deep dive into scheduling each hour of the day on a particular work day. All right. We will need to be considerate of things like transport and other logistics that may come into the play during the course of the day. So yes, there's still a lot of space and room for consultation with the individuals in the team, but we want to schedule things down to the hour. What time are you going to attend to this fault? What time are you attending to this aspect of the installation? And we put that down on the planned date. All right. So here's the task description in detail. Now I'm tagging Upwell, please let's attend this midweek. The time and date is there and set. All right. So I save that. Okay. I log my notes. So Upwell is tagged now. So the idea and the intention is that this task that I've set for Upwell should really be the only thing that he's actioning. And you'll see that already we have a little bit of a problem because here it's telling me that there are two other tasks for this employee at the same time. All right, that should not be the case. Let's open that and it will show us what's conflicting there. All right, so we see that there's T&A Foundry Engineering fiber fault, which has also been scheduled for Upwell over the same time period, as well as the fiber installation for Florence Chidawanyika. So this is a problem. So what we don't want to overlap, or we don't want to double book, as it were, in this case, two tasks. All right. So let's look at these and how they've been set. So this one for Florence Chidawanyika, right? So this is not the correct way to do to use the planning tool. Because now we have set it as a very long time range. In other words, between the 29th and the 29th of July and the 28th of August. This is a very long time range, and it assumes that Upwell is going to be doing nothing else over this time period except for this individual task. So this is the wrong way to do that. So please do not do that. It's not an end date feature. All right, we can have and use the end date in a different way, or the period with which the task is scheduled. So otherwise, you end up creating a lot of overlapping scheduled date. You end up allocating the person and their overlapping events. All right, so let's just fix this one. So for example, what you do, for example, this one, in consultation with Upwell, if there's works that still need to be done, you'd schedule a particular day and hour or hours within that day when he needs to action that, unless you are genuinely saying that there's nothing else that he'll be working on over that period. All right. So for this one in particular, I'm going to just dial it back to Monday. And on Monday, we want to ensure that maybe from 12 midday till the rest of, okay, we'll give it 2 hours because I'm assuming it's only termination that's left based on what I'm seeing on the chatter. So from 12 midday till, let's say, 3 p.m. All right. So here, if I save that and I go back to my initial task, now we see there's only one other overlapping, which is the one for T&A Foundry. Right. Let's see what's going on here. Right. Again, it's been scheduled over the 17th to the 21st, which is incorrect. What we actually want is a specific date and time when that will be done. So here's temporary distribution cable was upgraded again along Harare Drive Road, needs to be an overhead. All right. So let's take this, let's give it a very specific date on Friday, because it's an overhead. We'll say from 8 a.m. to same day, Friday. Let's give it the whole day till 5 p.m. All right. So Friday is booked out to try and resolve this issue and put in the overhead poles. Let's fix that. It's not 30, it's 5 p.m. Okay. All right. So now for these individual tasks, so TNA Foundry, you can see no overlapping event. That's fine. My initial task that I created for Moyana, no more overlapping events. Now it should be very clear down to the day and hour what Apple is doing. All right, so now let's look at this now. The other view that we'll use for this is in-field services, all right, which should be the main tool the teams are using to track what work needs to be done. Let me take off these filters for mine, and let me be specific and say planning by user. All right, and I want to take the next week, right, which is the 15th to Sunday 15th to Saturday 21st. And let me be specific, I want Upwell. Okay. So assigned to is Upwell. Okay, I don't know why it's not saying there. Let's remove that filter. Oh, responsible, not assigned to, it's actually responsible. So let me remove that and say Upwell. Okay, yeah, a little vexatious. All right, but if we look here in this, all right, so now if we look here for Upwell, I can see what his week already looks like. On Monday, he's got Florence, that is going to attend to. So far, he's only got one thing for Monday between 12 and 3 p.m. His Tuesday is currently free and completely empty. On Wednesday, he's got Moyana, all right? And Moyana is running from 8 to 10. So the rest of the day is still free, so we can add in and fill in more tasks to occupy that day. Thursday has currently nothing. On Friday, again, we can see that he's got TNA Foundry between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Okay, so that Friday is fully booked, but all these other days, there are places and spaces. So the intention is that we should still be able to use and allocate tasks. So if there's things like faults that come in today and we'll come in here and we can quickly check or allocate the task. And as we allocate, we can see if there's an overlapping window or not. We can come in here, check, allocate the person. They are very clear on what needs to be done. So their tasks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever tasks on the day are very clear, which reduces a lot of confusion and time. And unless there are things that are more urgent that will take these things place, which we must also come back and schedule here, so that people are very clear that, okay, there's something more pressing that has come up and we can change the order here. The other thing that we will start using in due time is the maps view. So the maps view will allow them to then be able to say, I've got task 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to go from this one to the next one. But for now, the first instance is making sure that we're using the planning tool, we're using this scheduling tool, that everyone can clearly see what is due for them. So by default, Upwell, if he comes in here, would be able to see what's scheduled for him for the next 7 days. All right. I hope that's helpful. Please come back to me, talk to me. If you need clarity, let's get this right. It will help us to improve our efficiency in regards to how we're doing these jobs and tasks.